Good morning, everyone. Oh, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing very well. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching another episode of The Business Shower. Today, we are going to talk about things that are very, very important for you and for me, of course, because there are a number of ways in which we grow with time. There are a number of ways in which we interact with ourselves and with people around us with time. And it's very important for us to understand the ways in which we can grow in the right direction and the ways in which we can interact with people in the right way. So, a good way of doing that, a good way of knowing and understanding how we can interact with people in the best way and how we can grow in the right direction is by having a coach who can guide us, who can mentor us, who can give us the right hacks to use in life and at work. So, this is something which will be a part of our discussion today. And I have a special guest with me, somebody you must have seen before with me in Quarantine Connect 2020. Her name is Rahaf Kobeissi. She is a life coach, a life transformation coach. She helps senior executives as well as many different business owners in understanding who they really are and how they can be more impactful. So, welcome to this show, Rahaf. How are you today?
Good to be on your show for the second time. I love the name, Business Shower, very brilliant. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. You know, Rahaf, the purpose of Business Shower is to introduce new businesses to our audience. We want to make an impact in a way that people are able to connect with different businesses and understand the value propositions and understand how they can contribute towards making those businesses successful as well. So the show is about the guests and also about the people who are watching us. So, while I'm talking to Rahaf and while we are discussing more about Rahaf as well as coaching, I would want all of you to talk to us via the comments. So, keep on telling me where you are from and where you're joining me from today, and what are some of your life challenges that you're going through, because the discussion will involve you as well. We would like to offer you any tips and any guidelines that you can use in your personal life to make things better for yourself. And remember, like always, I will be showing your comments here where you're greeting me, where you are introducing yourself, where you're sharing different challenges from your day to day life with us. And we will then be able to talk to you live, and we will introduce you as well while you're commenting, because we would like definitely to share your story as well as our stories while we are talking. So let's begin the show and let's get going. I want to know, Usman Siddiqui, sorry, I wanted to answer your question first. Who is this? This is Rahaf Kobeissi. She is a life coach and a life transformation coach. She helps skilled
Mental health
professionals.
coach, mental health
Mental
coach,
health.
life
Okay,
coach.
all
Yeah.
right. She's a mental health coach who helps professionals, who helps business owners and C-level executives in understanding different mental health challenges and life challenges that they have. So, yes, Usman, the topic today is about men's mental health, about different emotional and psychological challenges that people go through and how we can overcome them. And please feel free to ask us more questions as we go along the show. So, Rahaf, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you with me today. To begin today's discussion, I would like to know a little bit more about you. So, tell us your story. How did you start? Why did you launch Raise Your Mental Health? What was the objective? Where you're headed?
Wow. Okay. So that's a good question. Well, Nushin, I was an employee, a 9 to 5 employee. I had a corporate job. I was very good at it. But 10 years ago, yeah, when I decided to leave my job and launched Raise Your Mental Health, it all came from a very personal story, which is 10 years ago, I lost my dad to suicide, and he was severely depressed. None of us knew about his case. None of us knew that he was really in a bad situation, and he never spoke about it. So he never really got the support. So after I was done with it, I think I lost you, Noshin. I'm all alone here. Let me see.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, Rahaf.
she came back. So so I was saying that no one knew about my dad's depression, and he never really spoke about it. He was very energetic, very positive, such a brilliant man. Not because he was my dad, but he was truly a very vivid man. Let's say he had a vivid soul. When he committed suicide, and after I was done with my healing and therapy and all of the required process to get over that, I decided to help men like me to speak up, to gain clarity, to have peace, to take care of their mental health, to be supported and to be listened to or heard or seen. And in parallel, to also work with women like me to find their true selves. So that's how it started. I wanted to help more men like dad. No one gets to reach a point where it's so severe that we lose men for mental health. We could do a lot of awareness campaigns or preventive measures to avoid
Right.
that. That's how it started, Machine.
I can understand that. I personally believe you are doing very well, and this is a very noble cause. Helping people is not easy. It takes a lot to be in the game. It takes a lot to help people to understand their problems and then to guide them. Uh, and you have said it very well. It's amazing to have somebody with me today who has been through many different phases of life, has seen ups and downs, and is ready to help people when they need a helping hand, which is amazing. And you truly inspire me, Rahaf.
Thank you.
We have one question someone is asking. We should include questions as well. So let's answer that. How can we increase mental health?
I think he means how can we improve
Stabilize
mental.
things. Yeah.
You can improve mental health with very small habits, but also this is a very general question. So it depends on how anxious you are, how stressed you are you depressed? So it all revolves around the daily habits. I do suggest that we take care of ourselves through self care activities. Make sure you are surrounded with the right people who give you all the support, who give you all the encouragement. Make sure you have healthy habits like eating healthy, sleeping healthy, being mindful, doing a lot of mindfulness activities like yoga, meditation, things that fuel your soul or your heart or your mind. In parallel as well, there are a lot of daily habits like setting boundaries with ourselves or with other people. So, in general, mental health could be improved by constantly filling it with something positive. So it's not just a 5 day workshop. It's not just something I can do for a month and then let it go. It's something that has to be like a lifestyle. So I would start with just trying to understand what is the problem, find what is really causing you your mental health to go down the hill. Once you get to know what the problem is, the solution is really very easy to find. It's the implementation that is can be quite interesting, an interesting challenge, like seeing a therapist, getting an expert's advice, doing things that could benefit you or reflect on you from inside to outside. I think Nushin's internet or connection is very bad. So I don't know if you're still listening to us. Thank you for your patience. Keep your questions coming. Let's sip on coffee until Nushin is back.
Yes, we have another question related to
Machine
controlling
is coming and
depression.
going. Is that normal? Like your
No,
connection is
there was a small issue with the laptop.
not. Welcome back. All
All
right.
right, solved it now. So let's continue. Someone is asking how we can control depression. Any thoughts on that, Rahul?
Depression cannot be controlled. It can be treated. So the best answer to that is go find yourself an expert uh, that could, evaluate your depression and help you through it. Depression is not something to be taken lightly. So I would really, really, really recommend that at this moment, go find a professional.
Yeah, okay. So you mean that if somebody is going through depression, they should take it very seriously and must seek professional help so that they are cured of it. Yeah,
100.
okay, all right, all right. Okay, there is one comment from Ansar Ali. He believes that he's undergoing a lot of stress due to his job search activities. So how can we support him in his job search activities, Rahaf? Is there anything that you can help him with?
Yeah, he could come to me and let's help him through my coaching programs.
Yes,
Uh,
so
Everyone is stressed about their jobs. Everyone is stressed about their jobs. However, the reasons of stress are very different from one employee to another. So why is the stress coming? Is it because the salary was cut down? Is it because you're working with a micromanager? Is it because you're not really improving at work? You're not getting the promotion that you want? Are your colleagues giving you a hard time? What is causing you to stress out? Are you burnt out? Are you working more than you should? A lot of reasons. So I would ask everyone, if you have a question, be very specific so I could add value and support you, because at the end of the day, we only have like an hour to talk that. But I would be more than happy to help you, Ansar. Just send me a message and I could let you know what can be done.
sure, sure. We have one more question from Saif Jamal. He's asking, what is the difference between stress and depression?
The symptoms. And not only that, stress is basically a temporary thing. It could be like a 1 day stress, a 1 week stress, maybe 1 quarter stress because of the business. But depression is a long-term thing, and it could lead to more severe or more dangerous results, such as heart attacks, suicide thoughts, or maybe suicides. Stress could be really resolved by doing very simple, small things like taking a break, taking care of yourselves, venting to a friend, doing sports, watching something comedy. But depression doesn't really cannot be shaken off by just watching a comedy show or going to a trip to the beach. You should be seeing a therapist. You should be seeing someone who's professional who could guide you through the way, because depression could at any time convince you you're not worth living, you're not worth being heard or seen. All the dark thoughts would just be living, literally living 24/7, rent
Yeah.
free in your mind. Stress is not that, basically. So short term, long term, um, stress could be resolved easily. Depression requires really good effort and professional therapists.
All
Stress,
right.
one more thing, stress doesn't require medications. Depression at some point might require medications.
True, true. All right. So, moving on towards my questions now.
Ah, ta-ta-ta-tam.
So, we want to know who is the right kind of coach? What kind of a person should we trust for any coaching services or help that we need? What do you recommend?
Wow, that's a good question. Well, it depends on what your problem is and what is it that you want to work on. So if you have maybe a mental illness, it could be better to work with a psychologist. So here I'm answering your question in general, not only as a coach. I'm going to answer it as a professional, mental health professional. So if you have a mental illness, a psychologist would be better for you, or a psychiatrist, someone who could be there for you for medications, prescriptions, all these kind of treatment. As for the coach, what I would recommend is that when you're having this discovery call or discovery session with the coach, do you have chemistry? And by chemistry, I mean, are you comfortable enough to be around that coach? Do you think you can trust that coach enough to let out all of your personal issues? Because at the end of the day, you will be spending an adequate time with that coach by sharing
Yeah,
your personal issues, your fears, your
true.
self-limiting beliefs. So how comfortable are you with that coach? If there is 1% doubt, or no, I'm something is feeling off, then you're not sitting with the right coach. Is the coach speaking
True.
your language? Is the coach really feeling what you are going through, or just trying to add one more client to his targets? Also, of course, to be also realistic, after you're done with all of that, make a background check, try to listen to their stories, see who they are working with. Have they worked with clients with your case or situation before, and what was the results? Ask all of these questions. And at the end of the day, of
Right.
course, this coach has to be budget friendly or up according to your budget.
Yes, true. Absolutely true. Because that matters a lot as well. Okay, we want to know, why should anyone invest in engaging with a coach? Why would you recommend us taking help? Like you were saying that it's important for people to go and seek help from someone if they're undergoing chronic stress, or go to a psychologist, or let's say a life coach if they're undergoing something. So when it comes to problems that can be solved through coaching, why do you think that people should go and engage with a coach? When is the right time to decide, okay, now I need a coach, so I should go?
Okay, so when is the right time to find a coach? Is to be briefly said when you feel stuck. When, because
Okay.
most of the people that I started working with, especially men, they all come to me when nothing can be done anymore from their side. They seem to feel that they're being pulled down, nothing they can do about it, and they genuinely desperately need help. I
Hmm.
advise people, or men in specific, do not wait until you're stuck. Do not wait until bad things hit the fan. Whenever you have a problem, so ask yourself this question: is this issue that I am ignoring, or is this issue that I am putting aside, is it affecting my ability to function? Is it affecting my moods? Is it affecting my relationships? Whether it was with my partner, with my kids, or my colleagues, or my manager, is it affecting my life? Is it affecting my energy? If you got a yes to more than two questions, then it's time. Then it's time. And it doesn't matter how long you have been with those problems, it doesn't matter where they came from. What matters is that to find a solution
Right.
and get help. So that takes us to the question of why should they invest in coaching or therapy? Because we are literally helping people to cross the road. We're holding their hands and we're helping them cross the road in a road that is full of, traps and danger. And people would look around, okay, which road should I take? Should I get this one or this one? Maybe
Exactly.
that. Instead of doing all of these trials and waste your time and energy and then reach a point where you would say, what's the point? I don't want to do that anymore. Do the shortcut, hire the right coach for you, invest your time and your energy and your money for a very short time, a period of time, so you could get long-term results. So you could get long-term success or happiness, whatever happiness is,
Okay.
because happiness definition is different from one person to another. So short-term process or short-term pain, put it that way, for long-term of
Yeah.
peace. That's why.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you. As soon as a person realizes that there is an issue that is preventing them from success, from their optimal performance, they should definitely seek help from a professional who can take them to the next level, instead of they themselves struggling in a situation that they are unable to pull themselves out of. So taking help
especially
is not.
especially with 100%. I just want to add something to what you said, especially with people who are business owners or people who work in the C-suite, like CEOs and managing
Yeah,
directors and chairmen. These people have a lot on their plate, and they always wear the mask of "I'm fine, I'm successful, I'm strong, I'm tough," when in
exactly.
reality they're going through a lot of bad times, a lot of depression, overthinking, self-doubt, relationship problems, body image problems, you name it,
Yes.
whatever, loneliness, sadness. These type of men that I encourage from the deep of my heart, please get help. And by saying please get help, yani, it could mean anything in the world. But think about it. What is worth to you to be peaceful, to be happy,
Mm,
to feel lonely again, to feel in control again? Because you can't be in control in your business while not being in control of your emotions and your thoughts. So,
true. Absolutely true. So, do you think, Rahaf, that men experience stress at a different level from women? Do you think there is a gender difference in handling
mm,
stress, in handling
not
emotions?
handling, yes. Handling, yes. But when it comes to depression or stress, it's not gender specific. Everyone get depression, everyone gets stress,
Yeah.
everyone gets burnout. It's the way we deal with it. Women are more prone to dealing with depression and mental health issues in a much better way, because when a woman feels depressed, she says, "That's it, I'm gonna go see someone." If not, worst case scenario, she would just pick up the phone and talk with her friend. "Hey, listen, I'm not feeling well." Men don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they
Men would
don't.
just say, "Hey, no, hey, dude, what's wrong?" "Nothing, I'm not feeling well." "Drink?" "Yeah." And that would be it. And years more to come, the man wouldn't really deal with it until he gets his first heart attack,
Hmm.
until he loses someone he loves to death, maybe, until he feels like he's starting to have these suicidal thoughts. So
Hmm.
dealing with depression or stress or any mental health issue is very critical, because if you think about it, it's like holding a ball of fire in your hand and you can't get rid of it because you're scared, because you feel
Yeah.
ashamed, or because you feel guilty, or because of your ego, or because of whatever thing it is, but you're burning your hand. And soon enough, it's gonna burn all of your body, and it will affect everything inside out. Why wait? Why have
True.
everything in your life that people tell you that you should have, like the money or the status, the position, the car, whatever it is, when you're not
Hmm.
focusing on yourselves? Men
Hmm.
are now more open to speak up. Like, men are evolving emotionally and mentally, which is something great.
Okay.
They're starting to realize that, okay, my feelings are valid as well.
Hmm.
The challenge now is how we could help them not only be aware of it, but also take action to fill the
Right.
gap between being aware and taking action.
And
So
taking
this is
action.
where men are right now. I'm aware.
Hmm.
I don't know if I want to do anything about it.
Hmm. Right, right, right. That the willingness to take action also is sometimes difficult to form. Like you might not, you might realize, okay, you're down. You might call your depression, I'm down. Or you might think that, okay, I'm stressed maybe today and tomorrow is a better day. And you keep on ignoring it day in, day out in your life and keep on moving
Yes.
with your job roles and your work and your kids and your family and you just ignore how you're feeling inside. Ignoring is not cure.
No.
Paying attention, understanding the problem, talking about it, and going to somebody who can actually help you out of it is a solution that you should be looking for. Okay, we have a comment from someone. Ansar Ali says, "How to take easily control of depression? Kindly suggest."
We answered that, Ansar. So rewind the episode and you'll find the answer.
Yes, true. All right. So, moving on to our next question. How long should my coach stay with me, perhaps? Do you think
I love
that?
that. I love it. Okay, so
Sometimes the coaching sessions are very long and it keeps on going on and on and on and on and on for months. So, how do we decide a
like,
good
listen,
coach
I
will give
know
us
a
a
lot of,
session for how long?
I might be, well, I know a lot of coaches, and most of them, they work with clients for years, which is not
Mm,
wrong. It depends on the goal. So maybe every year you have certain goal. But in my case, when I'm helping people or men to manage their anxieties, to improve their self-esteem, to gain clarity on their goals, I don't want them to stay with me for more than 1 year. 1 year, 2 years max.
yeah.
Um, because at the end of the day, I want to give them this tools box. Okay,
Mm,
these are the tools and these are the skills that will help you manage your anxiety and take control in your hand again. So I don't
right.
want to be to work with the same men or the same people always. No, I want to be referred. Refer me because I helped you change your life. Yes, get me
Yeah.
referrals. But the best answer to this question would be, as long as you have goals that you cannot achieve on your own and you need support and guidance, this is how long you should stay with a coach.
Hmm. Right, right. So technically, your response is that the coaches should empower people and send them towards a healthier, happier life that they can control and take charge of on their own, rather than being
100%.
with them
The coach will
through other
like,
people.
I am here to guide you, I am here to support you, and I am here to assure you that you are not alone in this. Like Nasheen, when I, like, let's say after 4 to 5 months, even though the client have enrolled in my annual program, my 1 year program, but it's only 4 to 5 months, and he could see the changes and how his life has been transformed. This is what I
Yeah.
work for. This is what I want. This is, I want to see more men feeling lighter and happier and more peaceful. If it's gonna take 4 months or 5 months instead of 1 year, that's good for you.
Yes.
I am not here to just, like, some coaches would create problems sometimes, to get more money, to get more clients. I swear to you, this is not coaching. And I've gotten people who come and tell me this is why it didn't work out with someone. That's
Yeah.
not right. Unless you have severe depression, severe mental health illness, that's another story.
Yeah.
It could take years. Like, my therapy took 5 years. That's a
Mm.
completely different story. But when we're talking about coaching, when we're talking about adapting to new changes, or managing anxiety, stress management, life work balance, relationship issues, communication, mindset transformation, then a year is good, is more than enough for you to achieve those goals. And I can let you go and you can come later for maintenance or to achieve new goals.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I think.
That's what you think. We want to know what are different programs that you have, the different coaching services that you have. Can you tell us a little bit more about your work?
Well, yeah, I have one-on-one coaching programs, and I have
Mm-hmm.
group coaching programs, and I do training for corporates. So my one-on-one coaching sessions are merely focused on transforming lives. Or let's say if a man comes to me and he says, I want to be more mentally focused. I want to be more emotionally strong. I want to be able to communicate myself
Look,
without feeling fear or anxiety
yeah.
or stress. So my structured programs will be customized upon his needs through very structured approach. So it could be for 4 months. It could be for 1 year
So
maximum.
I
If,
think there is some internet
yeah, I think I lost you, Nushin. Can anyone hear us? Hello? It's very weird. You don't think you get Wi-Fi connections, Wi-Fi problems in Dubai? Machine, you're back. Not anymore.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're back.
Yeah, finally. Sorry, that was connection issue and it took quite a while to resolve. But we are back now. So we were talking about your coaching programs because we want to know more about them. So can you
Okay.
tell us
So
your
should I
coaching
continue
programs
from the
are
beginning?
for, yeah, your coaching programs are for people who are um working on stress, working
Yeah,
on managing stress.
basically, my coaching programs prepares people or prepares anyone who wants to go through a life transformation
Okay.
that encompasses on all of their goals, the personal one, the physical one, and the emotional one. So
Okay.
it's a very structured program that helps us to identify what is the root cause of their problems or obstacles, where is it coming from,
Hmm.
and then after we get those insights, we start to work on them individually or separately, and
Okay.
understand how their way of life is not supporting their goals.
Okay.
And then I will start, through very, how do I say it? So I customize the program based on the client's needs. So let's say
Hmm.
you want to manage your anxiety or to sharpen your mental focus. Everything will be focused on this, and then we take it one goal at a time. This is for
Yeah.
people who want to do a life transformation. On the other hand, there's
Okay.
the program that helps seniors or businessmen to manage their emotions, to manage their anxieties, to create the balance that they have lost throughout the years, to improve their relationship with themselves and their minds, to start eliminating their negative thoughts. So I have a
Hmm.
program for this and I have a program for that because I work with both genders at the end of the day. But I am focusing on men because of the campaign I was doing and because it's a
Yeah.
very personal
Hmm.
story for me, and I want to add value.
I want to know more about the campaign and what motivated you to launch the campaign.
Ah, well, yesterday it was my dad's birthday, my dad's
Okay.
64th birthday. And every year I would choose a specific gift and give it to him, all related to charity, but I never said anything about it to anyone. This year I decided,
Hmm.
no, you know what? Let's speak up and let's have a twist. So
Okay.
a group of friends and we created a campaign to raise awareness on men's mental health through
Hmm.
community activities like running, hiking, cycling. We're having yoga and breathing soon. And all of that to raise awareness, as I said, to encourage men to speak up, to take care of their mental health as much as they do with their physical health. And in parallel,
Hmm.
we're also supporting an initiative that delivers water to underprivileged communities.
Wow.
So it has been going for 2 years, 2 weeks now. A lot of support have been have came our way, and I really did not expect it, and it was really overwhelming, in a good way. So that was the campaign, and it's still going on. It's not done yet, and that
Okay,
was
so
my
there is
dad.
more to happen in the
Yes,
next weekend,
till
next
the
week.
end of the year. Till the
And
end of the
oh my
year.
God, yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, my dad
So I
got a
saw,
two,
you know,
3 month
pictures.
celebration.
Okay, that's good. In the picture, I saw a lot of men with you cycling for the cause. Yeah, seriously, I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
it
yeah.
must have
And
been great fun. Yeah, and then we also saw the hiking. There were two hiking trips that were a part of
right.
this campaign. Yes. And there were so many people, like 75, 65 people around you.
Uh,
So you
if
were
we
surrounded.
wanna add up with the two hikes, so in total for the two hikes, we got like 140, 150 people.
Oh, wow. Amazing. More
I
power
know.
to you, Raha.
Thank you. Thank you so
That's
much.
cool. So if
Thank
anybody
you.
wants to join in the campaign, they should look at
Yeah.
Rahav's LinkedIn and her Instagram. We are updating LinkedIn, Instagram all the time so that we can get to know more about the campaign, right? And I think it will be next weekend that people are
Yes,
again.
we're having a breathing session next Saturday, and next
Okay.
Friday, on the Friday the 13th, we're having a yoga session, and very
Okay.
soon volleyball, basketball, and football. We're just trying to find the right people to do the activities with.
Amazing. All right. We are very happy to have you today with us, Rahab. And
Thank you.
yes, definitely you're working for a very noble cause, and we support you 100% in that. We want to know, why should anyone work with you?
Oh, okay.
Tell
Well,
us what makes you different.
yeah, صح. Well, whatever the problem anyone could come up to me with, most likely I was in their shoes. So I know how it feels to be depressed. I know how it feels to not have anyone to support you. I know how it feels when you are lonely and sad and stuck in bed. I know how it feels to lose someone to suicide or to depression. Like I lost my both parents to depression. So whatever the problem is, most likely I was in your shoes. So I can help you. It's not that I have a guidebook. Oh, wait, you're anxious. Wait a second. I think it's on page 86. I don't do that. I know what anxiety is. I know what stress is. I know what burnout is. I know what, even at work, I used to work with a micromanager. I used to work with someone who was very sexist and who wouldn't listen to any woman's idea because just I'm a woman.
Oh,
So yes, I've been through a lot. So I gathered all of these experiences. I put them in my coaching business, and I'm focusing on helping other people to because if I can make it, anyone can make it. I almost killed myself 3 times. So that's why you should work with me. I'm empathetic. I make things happen. I got your back, and I know what I'm talking about.
great, great. Love your passion and love your
Thank
mission as well, because this is amazing. You're doing a wonderful job, wonderful job. And I find you highly inspiring.
thank you. Love
Right.
you.
If there are, same here. Thank you so much. If there are any more questions from our audience's side, we would like to have them now. For all those
Yes.
wonderful people who are with us at the moment and who've been listening to us, thank you so much. Here is the website where you will find coaching programs by Ray, and you can easily join her on LinkedIn. I will share her LinkedIn right now. There we go. You can follow Rahaf at Rahaf Kobeissi on LinkedIn very easily, and the same Raise Your Mental Health on
Yeah.
Instagram. You will easily find her. She's very prominent with all the wonderful campaigns that she's running. And if you would like to join us in the upcoming campaign next week, please drop a message here. You can either drop it in my LinkedIn or in Rahaf's, so that we are able to have you with us during the campaigns and get your support for a noble cause that we are working on. All right. Let me see if there is a comment, because oh, I don't know her name. Her name, Muhammad Omar, is Rahaf Kobeissi. Exactly.
You haven't
Same
been
as the
listening,
top.
Muhammad.
But thank you for the question. If you have somebody is asking a few minutes ago, what is the purpose of this show?
Just a coffee over
All right,
chat.
Hisham. Yes, thank you for joining us, Hisham. The purpose of this show was to raise awareness about mental health, to help people understand if they are facing stress or depression. Rahaf is a good coach who can help them and offer them the right kind of emotional support they need to pull themselves out of their mental health conditions. And also, we wanted to share with you more details about the campaign, which is related to the awareness of men's mental health and is ongoing throughout this year and even in 2021 through Rahaf Kobeissi. So we would like you to participate in the campaign and support the noble cause of raising awareness for men's mental health. I said a lot. Now your turn, Rahaf.
So to say what's the purpose of the show?
The purpose of the show.
Well, I'm here
All
to
right.
add value.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, Rahaf. It was a
Thank you
pleasure
for
talking
having me.
to you. I think we're not getting any more questions at the moment. So I believe that we have answered everything. In order to get in touch with Rahaf once again, I will share her LinkedIn. There we go. And you can visit also her website to get more information about her work and to get in touch with her with whatever challenges you are facing. Bye for now and stay in touch for the next show. We are bringing more value for you.